Whatever comes up. Hi, everybody. We're live. What's going on? Come on.
Yay!
We can't start a show like that. I mean, come on. Oh, that's a good way to start a show right there. What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 70 of the Just Too Sweet Show. I am Big Sexy Tim Tavala. With me, as always, is my tag team partner, Mr. Eric Zan. Eric, what's going on, brother?
What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Another one of those days, my friend. And we have a return. We have a Wrestlemania quality return to the show. We have a tremendous Royal Rumble like special return.
Can I guess who it is?
Go for it. I even got him some theme music.
Oh, it's Scott Peterson.
Just because I heard it on WrestleMania 13 today.
It's Scott Peterson, isn't it?
Scott Peterson. Who's that guy?
I found him. You know those genealogy sites?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's some guy that like invented Australia or something. I don't know.
No, it's not him. Definitely not him. But it is the one, the only, Mr. Burt. He's back. What's up, Burt? What's going on?
What's up, guys?
Burt is
too long.
Way too long.
Wow,
man.
But you know the difference between you and Dave, Burt? We know you didn't abandon us. We knew you at least were busy with life, busy with work, busy with everything. Unlike Dave, who just vanished out of nowhere.
He popped up in the Super Bowl thing.
Nah, he pop up nowhere.
No, I didn't.
So, Burt, man, what's been going on?
Nothing much, man. Just working. Cranking out these reviews for the site. Watching increasing wrestling moments happen like crazy over the last 6 months that I haven't had a chance to talk about. So it'd be interesting.
It has been crazy what's been going on.
Even today.
Yeah. Today we're going to talk about that first, as a matter of fact, because we have to get that out of the way because the conspiracy theories are running wild. The everything is going crazy.
The forbidden door.
The forbidden door is supposedly
forbidden door.
And if you have not heard, Cody Rhodes and his wife Brandy Rhodes are no longer a part of AEW, the company that they help create, along with the Tony Khan and the Young Bucks. What the hell is going on here? Rumors are abound that they will be returning to WWE. Rumors abound this might be an NWO invasion-like storyline where Vince actually said, hey, maybe working together would be a good thing because my company is tanking so badly right now in ratings and money. Well, not money. Somehow they're still making money. So wait, you know what, Burt? Right off the bat, since you're back, your opinion on Cody Rhodes, is it a work? Is it real? Is it an NWO type invasion thing? Or is he even coming back at all to WWE? What do you think? I'm going to share this out.
I definitely think it's real because, but here's another thing too. So AEW, they've been signing everyone that's been leaving WWE. And the main issue that I find with AEW that I've vocalized on the group chat and the group page on Facebook is that they have too many people and they don't know what to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like guys, they just kind of like they sign guys for the pop, just for the rating for the moment, and then a week later they're on AEW Dark, having a job match, and it's like they don't know what to do with him. So Cody Rhodes leaving, for me, I think it was actually good because it'll give more guys like Keith Lee, and Adam Cole, and everyone else that they signed more time to have a moment in the spotlight on the show. Because AEW, like, there's been talks about doing, maybe have like 2 different rosters for both shows. Because it's getting very, very heavy now. And Cody Rhodes, like I said, it's a good worker. What him and the Bucks and Kenny Omega and Jericho, what they did starting AEW was something that's never going to be forgotten. It's something that was super, super important, something that the business needed. And it's been paying off. And I think that, him being there, he's always struggled with, I kind of had to struggle with his character at moments, people booing him when he was a babyface and then him not really turning fully heel, especially his last run that he's been having, with the company. But I think it's fine. I mean, I don't know if he's going to jump to WWE. I don't think he needs to. I mean, I think it's more beneficial to WWE. I think it would help them a little bit because, I mean, it's a big name. I think people would freak out, but why Cody's back with WWE? Holy shit, that's cool. But I think, he might just step out, maybe, continue to raise his family and maybe be the dad. Because he's made his money. He's made money. It's not that he hasn't made money. So, I think maybe he's just taking some time away and then, see what happens. But
Eric, what do you think? I know you're more of a conspiracy theorist. Work, not a work. Is he going to go back? Is it just he's done? He did what he wanted to do. What are you thinking?
I think that this is all Vince McMahon saw all this coming. I think that it's not a work. I think Cody legitimately decided either not to sign or they didn't want to sign him. I think Raul, I put up Raul's comment. Raul said AEW might be in financial trouble and they let Cody and the wife go. I tend to believe that because.
Well, we're talking about Tony Khan, not Vince McMahon.
We are, but you got to remember
Tony Khan has more money than Vince McMahon does.
Yeah, he may have more money, but he's not going to invest something that's not giving him a return like that. Exactly. So I think that and what gave me the tip was how much AEW was bragging, how good they're doing, how they're doing, signing all these. It's WCW all over again in the 90s. It's Eric Bischoff. It's the WCW of 95. All the WWF wrestlers are going to AEW. It's not good. And McMahon probably sitting back going, everybody hates me. I'm glad I don't give a shit. You're probably going to see Regal get signed back. You're probably going to see the Road Dogg back. You're probably going to see all these guys come back in some capacity or another. Maybe not. Maybe there'll be different guys. But I don't think it's a work. I think it's real. Do I think Cody will come back? I'm not going to be surprised if he does. But if he doesn't, I won't be surprised either. But I would make sense for him to come back on this high a note and with this much friction going on. Like, it'd be really dumb for him and for the WWE not to bring him back. And no, definitely not a work, definitely real. I honestly think that AEW is hitting a stride. And if they're not careful, they're going to end up with one show a week and it's going to be in an ECW sized hall. And I'm serious. And they're just going to be Tony Khan's dad, the one that really has the money. He's going to be like, look, I invested in this. We're not getting half the return. Either do something or this ain't happening anymore. I can see that because, any real good businessman, because they had the best fiscal year they ever had. This past in 2021, the WWE did. They made like billions of dollars. I mean, I didn't see anywhere saying the AEW made that kind of money. I don't even think they made a quarter of that. So I mean,
they don't have a network. They don't have all that stuff yet.
No, they don't. But they talk like they do. And if you're going to talk big, do something big. I mean, fucking Kenny Omega is not going to fucking sell out the Pontiac Silverdome if it still existed. John Cena or The Rock or Stone Cold I'm bringing old guys back, but even who do they have now? There's guys that could legitimately fill a 40,000 seat stadium. The WWE
Roman Reigns, definitely. Seth Rollins.
Yeah, they would go there for that. AEW, I do not think would do that. Not even with CM Punk, because CM Punk, I expected better things from CM Punk. I expected AEW to explode. I expected him to become the real Bret Hart or Shawn Michaels of the company, I'm not seeing anything like that. And it just the pizzazz, the flair, the wow isn't there. It's just like, oh, okay, they're doing all right, but they're just I like I said, you did the ultimate no in wrestling. You wanted to take Vince McMahon on and brag about how great your new company is and how different it is, and even if Vince,
but they are winning ratings.
Well, they're winning ratings wise, yeah. They're winning ratings wise, yeah.
They are putting on a better product, a way better product.
Well, they are, but you got to remember something, man. It's like WWE
are they though? A way better?
I don't think it's a way better product.
Raw is a joke. Raw is a joke.
Raw's ridiculous.
I think I'm saying overall.
Does anybody see that, like, when Pritchard came along, it started getting really bad? I mean,
well, I would rather watch CM Punk talk for 30 minutes than watch Goldberg versus anybody anymore. Anybody?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That you went back to Goldberg again. Why? Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it.
No.
And you're bringing them back again. Mm-hmm. They did the whole thing with Brock lost this one, came in the Rumble, won the Rumble, now he won that title. Now he got title versus. Come on, stop playing with us. Like, stop toying with us once and for all. It's getting old now. I'm not just saying AEW, like you said, Eric. What you've wanted is a wrestling show. They are now a wrestling show.
They are a wrestling show. I'll give them that.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to watch a wrestling show, AEW is the one to watch right now.
And the WWE should go back to that, because as much as Kevin Dunn, as much as he wants to say we don't say wrestling, we're sports entertainment, that's fucked up, because it's fucking professional wrestling. No matter what way you slice it, you're inside of a square ring performing that way, whether it's the bullshit way they work now and they don't know how to work, which is my opinion.
Only one man has lust.
Only one man has lust, Ed. That's not Cody Rhodes.
You have lust, brother. I see.
But no, they're not. It's that they've got to. I think they're overproduced. If they just cut the production in half, focus a little more on the wrestling, and establish these guys. Get a couple established stars. Get an established main eventer, one or two. Get an established mid-carder. Get an established tag team. Not you got a tag team for 2 weeks, then they break up, and one of them is on SmackDown, and one of them's in NXT. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't make sense.
Look how fast they disrespected Big E. They gave him the title just to lose it. That's disrespectful to a guy like that.
And there's apparently there's drama behind the scenes about that. A lot of people.
Chris, are you talking to Eric? He should main event and win the title. I'll go with that, Eric. I'll go with that. Carolyn, hello, welcome.
Carolyn.
Yeah, as we've been saying for weeks now, AEW is becoming the new WCW. It's getting a little overcrowded to the point where Ruby Soho is pissed off because she was promised the world and she's a mid-carder already, like you were saying.
Exactly.
Bert, real quick, Bert, because one thing you missed, even Eric been talking about, with the selling of, with the firing of all these guys. I've been talking about Road Dogg, all this, all the stuff they're letting go. Even, I don't know if you guys know, they had a card game on it, like an app, like the playing card thing. They got rid of that. They're getting rid of a lot of little things. Do you think that that they're in the middle of getting ready to sell this company, Vince? And in your opinion, we both said, yeah, we think it's going to happen. Actually, we never thought it would happen, but we think it's going to happen.
I don't know. I know that's been something that's been talked about a lot the last couple of years, but I just can't see Vince selling the company.
I mean, Vince Jader.
What's up, Jader?
What's up, Jader?
Brother. Right to you. Vince fired his own son.
Well, I mean, besides that, but I think Vince, like, come on. I just watched the Dark Side of the Ring episode when he was on trial in '93 for steroids, and like, if Vince can beat the government, like, you're not taking his company, and I don't think it's like, over my dead body would you take my company, because Vince literally, because Vince, because people, it's hard for younger fans today because you see WWE now, and it's so like overly produced and everything is perfect and there's no mistakes and they have all the money. But there was a time where WWE was almost unwatchable. it was to the point where the in the early '90s, where the company almost got bankrupt. And it's the fact that
it wasn't just
way,
the WWE though. The business as a whole.
I'm using them as an example.
Yeah.
It's like, to go from that 30 years later to where they are now. It's like we say, oh, this is the booking and but that production value, all that takes a lot of years to build up to that. So we'll see what happens. I mean, if it does happen, I don't know who would buy WWE overall, but
supposedly The Rock wants to get involved with a team from NBC or something like that. But like you said, I don't see him giving up that company. Only thing I see is if he was dying. All right, I'm going to sell the company. But would Triple H and Stephanie allow that shit to happen?
Vince is still deadlifting 250. He's not dying. He's not okay.
Like Eric said last week, his mother died at 101. That means Vince is going to live to at least 150. At least.
Oh yeah.
Vince is going to be 118 years old. There's no doubt in my mind, and he's going to be active.
He's too stubborn. He's not going to die.
He'll be active up to 110. Like he will be like doing the walkout at 110 years old, and he'll still be.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Vincent Kennedy McMahon, the founder, the leader, the boss.
Wow.
We are being graced with our very own host, Mr. Steve Faraci. Steve,
2 weeks in a row, baby.
Wow.
2 weeks in a row.
Wow.
Look at that.
Come on. Has Dave ever done 2 weeks in a row?
No.
Come on.
I'm
here. I'm live, baby.
Who?
He's never done 2 weeks in a row on anything.
Who? I'm gonna
fellas.
I'm gonna make an Austin shirt that says "Who" though, and on the back's gonna be Dave's face
instead of "Who Day."
No, I know why, Steve. You're here for one reason and one reason only, because we're gonna be talking about WrestleMania 13, and that's a big one for Steve. That's a big one for him.
What?
Am I right?
What?
Of course.
Am I right?
What?
It's huge.
He gets a little Brett in there. He gets to hate HBK a little bit, and he gets the birth of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep.
All in one big huge package. So what happened? Your kid don't have practice tonight? What's the deal with that?
Oh my God, the shenanigans that go on in youth sports. By the way, Bert, happy to see that you're out of Afghanistan and there's light. It's great.
It's perfect.
No,
it's
okay.
great.
So, really quick story. We live in South Florida, so there's sports all year round. So it freaks some people out, Timmy. That there's winter baseball and that kind of stuff. So usually there's like a 3-week break in between winter ball, which is like practice-ish, and spring baseball, which is the real deal stuff. So we got an email on Sunday, not 2 weeks ago Sunday, not 3 weeks ago, this past Sunday, saying that practice is going to start on Tuesday at 6 p.m. at Central Park. Not that Central Park. So here I go. They want to text information, what shirt size, jersey size, pant size, belt, all that stuff. I get no response. So my wife emails them today, and of course, you get your wife involved. Response happens like that, baby.
Yeah, it's over.
They don't have the permits yet. They don't have the permits for the park yet.
I'm glad to see it's not just New York City that has those kind of screw-ups.
That's definitely a Miami thing.
I'm glad to see.
But how do you not have the permits if you were planning to start the season this week?
That's true.
I don't get it.
All right, well, I'm glad you're here, like I said, because we're going to talk WrestleMania 13, which, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, this is probably the nexus of WrestleManias. The nexus of, I mean, you got WrestleMania 3 for the early part, and I would say this one is the next one that shaped the business for years and years and years and years and years to come, because we have so much things happen during this WrestleMania. And like I said, we talked about 12 last week, and how different 1 year makes.
Yeah,
from 12 to 13.
That's exactly what we said. Yeah,
out of control of what happens in this WrestleMania. Like I said, so let's just jump right into it real quick. We'll get through these crazy matches first, of course. You guys jump anything you want to talk about, by the way, first. Again, another match that's not on the network. I don't know why they keep doing this to me. I want to see Billy Gunn defeat Flash Funk. I want to see it. I don't, but I wish it was there.
Too. It was a good match
with the Funkettes, baby. With the Funkettes.
Yes, with Tracy and Nadine. That's 7 minutes of pure bliss right there. I don't get it. I don't get why the network's not having that on there. But the match that we did get to see first was a 4-way elimination to determine the number 1 contenders for the tag team championship. We had the Headbangers, Mosh and Thrash. They defeated. I love the fact they said, and I did say something right now. You could have gave me $1 million. I never would have told you these two guys' names. Never in a million years.
Oh, yeah.
Eric's already laughing at me. Doug Furnace and Phil LaFon.
Philip LaFon, yep.
Never in it. You could have put a gun to my head. I would have said, just shoot, dude. Shoot right now, because I got no idea. And of course, the Godwins, Henry O and Phineas with Hillbilly Jim, and one of the worst gimmicks ever to happen to us, the new Blackjacks, which consisted of Barry Windham, a legend, and Bradshaw.
Blackjack Bradshaw.
Oh my God, that's a terrible gimmick. And it made it worse. It made it worse by Vince showing the original Blackjack before they came out. Yep. It's like, dude, you just made it worse.
You got to remember though, there's places in Texas where they still look and dress like that today.
Very true.
That's some place
and
I will not be going to.
Fun fact, just too sweet fun fact. Texas is almost as big as the entirety of Eastern Europe. Fun fact.
I don't know how fun it is.
It's kind of fun.
What?
I have my
what?
I have my notes.
What?
My notes. Sorry, I want to make sure I have my notes going on here too, because I took some. I took some funny notes.
What?
Exactly.
Took some funny notes. What?
Who?
Doink.
Dave.
Doink.
Who's saying doink?
In the comment section.
Brain Strauss.
Brain. He's the one that used to make us be his servants while he was a $1 million man, Ted DiBiase. And make us and beat up us little kids and make them do what he said. Well, we got no money for it. We got no money for it. That's the worst part of it.
Wow.
We just got the beatings.
Payday.
Just got the beatings. That was it. So, all right, let's move on.
That deal.
The first match I was very interested in because it's Rocky Maivia, the Golden Boy,
the Sultan,
taking on the Sultan, who we all know later on became
Rikishi.
Put on 300 pounds and became Rikishi.
Right.
With the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, with the Iron Sheik and Bob Backlund. Why don't I remember Bob Backlund and the Iron Sheik together? Where was I? How did this happen? You remember, Eric, how this happened?
I remember. Because they were bitter rivals, but they wanted to, for whatever storyline reason, get together and manage the Sultan, who they thought was going to be the next big, because remember, Iron Sheik made Arnold Skolin or whoever throw the towel in, and that's how he won the title. Well, they apparently, they shook hands and they said, well, let's manage the Sultan. So that seemed like the best course of action, I guess, in '97 to do. So
you simplified that perfectly.
Yeah, there's really no other reason that they could have done that, because it's like, who the fuck would, well, they're both actually, to be honest with you, they're both legitimate tough guys. Like Backlund was tough and Sheik was tough. And
yeah.
I've wrestled Junior, and he's a fucking Samoan, so it's like you can't hurt him.
Samoan.
So
I know,
for whatever reason, I think
try to break my back. We're not going to be friends. That's all I'm saying.
It's not going to work out. Yeah,
no, it ain't going to work out.
No, sorry.
But speaking of what, at ringside was Arnold Skolin sitting next to Captain Lou Albano, which might have been one of the last times we'd seen him.
Yeah,
Cap. Yeah.
And next to him was Tony Atlas, which I was like, wow, that's a weird little trio you got sitting at ringside.
Mr. USA.
And then, the Honky Tonk Man was down there for.
The Honky Tonk Man came down.
I think Gorilla was there too, right?
Was Gorilla for that one? I didn't see him for that one.
Was Monsoon there?
Mania 13?
No. Yeah, no.
Oh, he was dead already. Wasn't he dead by then?
Was he?
No, he died in '99.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him. He might have been, but I don't remember seeing him.
Because they had that whole Hall of Fame thing.
Honky Tonk came down because to make sure that Rocky Maivia wouldn't become the greatest IC champion of all time.
Yep.
And they did some funny ass commentary too.
Yep.
Honky
with
was
Jerry.
Honky, yeah, exactly. They were good together.
Hilarious.
Now this match, and now honestly, anybody see The Rock inside Rocky Maivia when they were watching him back then?
Oh no. Zero.
Even
Goofy
anywhere
ass.
near what he is right now.
Well, I mean, he showed us he's probably the greatest actor of all time back then because, like, he was like, seriously, I would have never fucking thought. I thought he was like this fucking Beaver Cleaver, fucking, he's all good guy, slapping
Cater to the
hands, kissing
crowd up
babies.
there. Yeah, the music.
Oh yeah, he was.
And
Fuck yeah, he was totally.
Who
He
would
was
have
Ricky
hell
Morton
would have
and-
known that he would have, given all these inspirational speeches in locker rooms. He's doing stuff at the Super Bowl. I mean,
The fact that he went from that to doing the opening announcement at the Super Bowl, like
yeah,
that's crazy.
look at that. Back from then when we were like, who the hell is this asshole Rocky Maivia? The new fan guy. He's gonna be.
That's right.
And
The
now
kid right
he's
there. It's Blue Chipper.
opening
Blue
the
Chipper.
damn Super
The
Bowl.
Blue Chipper.
Yeah.
Third generation Blue Chipper. Oh yeah, we heard those goddamn promos for months in
Oh,
advance. And when he came out in that stupid outfit, I wanted to slap him myself. So yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
I tried to come out there week after week and please you, but what did I get for it?
something.
Rocky sucks and die, Rocky, die.
Hey, easily.
It worked.
We haven't done
It
our
works.
our top 10 promo show yet. That one's got to be on there.
Yes.
That one's got to be on there. We should do that soon, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
But also, he basically just did everything Rocky Johnson did. Have you ever
Yeah.
noticed?
He did.
Yeah.
Every match was Rocky Johnson. The this and he did a horrible version of their father's drop kick.
That was terrible.
Horrible.
It's terrible.
Speaking of Rocky Johnson, he came out.
Let's get it out of the way. The Rock can't work. He's not a good worker. He's a good entertainer, but he sucks as a fucking worker. He really does. He's not a good technical
Eric,
wrestler.
You don't think anyone's a good worker, Eric? Let's just be honest.
I don't.
Is that
No.
true?
Let's just throw
Brutus
that out there.
Beefcake, baby. Beefcake was a worker.
You don't think anyone's a good
Oh
worker?
yeah.
I don't. I think everybody sucks.
I just think you're the hardest on these guys than anybody else is.
I am, but having done it, like not at the level they have, but I've done it, and I did it at like a territorial level, like to compare it to the old days to when I did it. Even now, that's old days. I was in the early independents before they were called indies. Like
Don't show your age or anything,
No, and I didn't say that. So, but no, it was a running joke in the Samoan gym that Rock was never trained by his uncles or his cousins because they would come right out and say it. He's the shits. He's the absolute worst worker ever. But
he's the best of the bunch.
no, yeah, they said he's got something none of us have. They would say that. Like he is
the table. He is the table.
He's one of the best of all time because he knows how to use what he has, and that's basically.
But that's part of the not Lex Luger total package, right? It's the charisma, getting the crowd to its feet from Die Rocky Die chance, and
look
being
at Hulk
able
Hogan.
to work these crazy matches with Austin and whatnot.
Exactly. Was Hogan a great worker? No. He was the absolute shits, but he was
I've
possibly.
never seen anybody get higher than Hogan on a drop kick. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, his Superfly splash was good too. But
You gotta watch this Japan work.
The guys like Hogan and Rock are the ones that brought wrestling to what it is, and guys like Austin and Hitman were the other side of it. Like and Shawn Michaels. I mean, it's just like who the hell is ever going to be another Shawn Michaels? There's never going to or Bret Hart. There's never going to be another Bret Hart. But yeah, I know I'm sorry. Everybody sucks in my opinion. I just don't know.
I'm just busting chops because you're not.
No,
wrong.
it's
You're
great.
not wrong.
It was great.
Ric Flair, mid.
This episode brought to you by Grumpy
overrated.
Grumpy Eric episode.
Grumpy Eric.
Yeah, that match ended. It was 10 minutes long, which wasn't bad, but yeah, ended up with Rocky coming out to help his kid, and they were all hugging and cheering, and I think that's when the crowds really started turning. Because when it was like, dude,
that didn't go over good.
Enough with this. Yeah, it didn't really go over.
No,
it's crazy. It's unbelievable. That time was begging for Attitude Era. That's what it was.
Yeah. Also, too, that was in Chicago. So Chicago's very.
Chicago's all.
They're not gonna cheer the bullshit.
No,
they're gonna cheer the real shit.
Yep. So next match, Hunter Hearst Helmsley finally with China taking on Goldust and Marlena, and this match is coming off being punished for most of the past year.
Yeah.
For the curtain call. He finally gets to have a nice big win and a nice big spotlight. And the reason I played Bert, I played him Beethoven because Triple H came out to Beethoven in this WrestleMania. Completely threw me off today. I'm like, what the hell is this?
He used that for a while.
I thought this. I was checking my thing. I was like, is it copyright thing? Why can't they play any of his music? Why is it coming up to this? I was all right. Never mind. That's pretty cool though. But finally, we're starting to see Triple H become Triple H and not the Blue Blood. And then Goldust is just Goldust. Can Goldust work, Eric?
Can Goldust work? 100%. He's a great worker. 100%.
But again, Dustin Rhodes is another one of those guys that never gets respect because, like, why? I mean, that's an honest question. If he's Dustin Rhodes, people hate him. If he's, one of these wacky characters, they kind of like him. Like Goldust kind of was over.
But I think maybe it's because he didn't want to do that kind of stuff, and the fans. Well, I don't know. I don't remember back then how much fans knew. But if you don't want to do something and you don't like the guy, maybe you cheer when he's the guy you don't want him to be.
I think you're half right, boss. But I think if you twist that around, I think when you let Dustin be Goldust and let that out of himself, I think he did better. Like I've noticed that guys that can reflect a little bit of who they are, Rock, Austin, Hitman, Shawn Michaels.
Then why does he hate the character so much then?
I think he's fucking with us. I think there's no way he does not like the Gold. Dude, I don't care the four of us. As soon as you're like just sitting there in a room silent, reading a book, and then the Goldust music comes on, you get little shivers up your spine. You're thinking like, wait a minute, is Goldust coming? It's like, you know what I mean? It's great. It's great.
There's no shivers that go down up or down my spine when I see Goldust. Or am reminded of him.
You'll never forget the name, boss.
Or except for when he got electrocuted. Gold. You're gonna beep, 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 beep.
Are you drinking Genesee?
That's funny.
What? This
Are you
Stella.
drinking Jenny Red Eye? Oh, Stella.
Stella.
Do you even know what Jenny Red Eye is?
Hey, Mom.
What is that?
Somebody from your past?
That's an upstate thing.
Yeah, it's an upstate thing. It's Genesee is like the king of cheap beers up here.
You get a 36 pack for like $3.99.
Yeah, like five.
What's that
God.
other? The water, natural ice.
Yeah, natural ice light.
It's a little more stout than that. It's not as
they
watery.
pay you to take. You walk into the store, they pay you to take out the natural light ice. Like, you just take this, please. Every purchase gets a case of beer.
Well, that's why they came out with the Natty Daddy, those big tall ones that are like 48% alcohol. Like you drink 2 sips.
Oh my god.
My wife and I went. Yesterday was our wedding anniversary, and we went to lunch.
Happy anniversary, boss!
Thank you. 11 years. And so we went to lunch. And with the beer sizes, the waitress was like, "You want the 10 ounce? You want a 16 ounce, 23 ounce, or are you having a 32 ounce kind of day?" I was like, 32 ounce. Not give me 23. But I will tell a quick story from back in the day. There was this really great wings restaurant. We used to go there after work on Wednesday nights, and they used to have the towers, 144 ounces of beer.
Oh, yeah.
The first place I ever saw them.
Oh yeah,
that's a lot of beer.
That's a lot of beer. 2 times, my day was bad enough to feel for 144 ounce beer.
Oh my god!
Holy fuck!
Holy shit!
How do you drink that? A straw?
Well, no. It's this giant tower that they actually bring to your
it's tall.
It's got
do they still?
Yep.
Is that still
Thank you for saying spigot, because I would never have thought of that.
How
word.
about a yard? Don't they call that a yard too? The yard.
It's my yard.
Boss, what the fuck do you know anything? Jeez, you don't know Genesee. You don't know a yard. Holy shit.
Eric, you're speaking upstate New York.
I don't think anybody can work. Is it me? I mean, am I the fuckhead here? It's holy
yard
shit.
Of beer. Okay.
Eric just said we can't work. He just said we can't work.
I meant wrestlers. Yeah, I meant wrestlers. No, seriously. No, all kidding aside, boss. I think it is called a yard up north. I think they call it a yard.
Yeah, I'm seeing. It's a very tall beer glass used for drinking about 2.5 plus imperial pints of beer, depending on diameter.
Oof. Oof.
Okay.
That I don't think. Wow. And you drank one of them? 2 of them?
Well, not 2 in one day. 1 in one day, and 1 months later when
So that's
I
like
had
that's
another.
like for 4 people going out
That's right.
like together. You're there by yourself.
I was like Andre the Giant, but I'm like
Yeah.
3 feet shorter, 400 pounds
More
lighter.
beer.
Did you even walk out of that place?
Yeah, the wings are good. Yeah, you got to supplement. You got to supplement.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right.
I don't know. The boss looks like he can hold his alcohol. I've
One of
watched
these
him
days
drink.
we're gonna find out. You guys are gonna come down here. We're gonna come up there. I'm gonna grab everybody, shove them into a van, and haul them up to the city.
Ooh, that's something we got to videotape.
Yeah. We have to document
What a road trip!
We got to go live for that.
We got a lot. Me, Bert. Who else is down now here in South Florida? We'll take Jader.
Jader, Nardo.
Well, somebody.
Well,
Jader
that's,
can
you know.
throw Nardo in the back.
Dave. No, I'm sorry, not Dave.
Not Dave.
Wow.
We won't
Dave's
be able to
missing.
find him.
Bert, we're
who else is
gonna
in
have
Florida?
a tough enough to replace Dave.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
want you to know that. So if you know anybody,
How's that gonna go?
if you know anybody who wants to join the Just Too Sweet show, we're gonna have a tough enough style. Well, we're gonna do. We're gonna.
Can I be one of the experienced wrestlers that shits
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
guys?
you just scream at them.
Like Triple
The
H.
mentors.
That's all. Yeah.
You're like the Hugh
you know
Morris.
podcasting. You think you know podcasting. Yeah, exactly. You gotta beat them all up.
Like fucking Bob Holly.
Yeah. And we're gonna put them through some pop culture tests. Like test. Like, in other words, like we're not going on at 7. We're going on 7:15, bitch, because that's what we do here.
Ish.
We go on the ish. We go on the ish.
If they don't say ish, they're out.
They're out. They're already out.
It's a party now. Terzio's here.
Oh, here we go.
Oh shit.
Here we go.
Terzio.
My day just got a little more rougher. Now I need 142 ounce beer.
Terzio, what is up, my paisano?
All right, so let's get finished with this one. Was this the debut of the China ragdolling Marlena?
Oh
One of
my
the
god, yes.
One of the funniest things you've ever seen in your life. When she
I don't know if it was
ragdolls
the
her.
debut, but holy crap.
No, I don't. This wasn't her debut.
It happened before though when she ragdolled her.
Yeah. Then when she came from the crowd and she was like choked her, and she was like, "Ah!"
Yeah. And Marlena's
No, the best
Her
part. The best
kidneys
part about
here, her heart's down here. It's just shaking them up inside.
the best part about that was Jr. It's like, oh, it's some kind of woman, That's a strong woman there, choking the life out of Marlena.
My God.
Oh my god!
And you notice throughout the whole pay-per-view, they kept mentioning the Slammies. Everyone who won a Slammy got mentioned for a Slam. I was like, why is everybody?
Well, the Slammies were a big deal back. Were a big deal back then.
I think they should still be. I think
They were trying to push the Slammy, you know.
Do they still do that?
Everyone
do
was a
Slammies?
Slammy. I don't think they do them anymore. I haven't done them in a couple of years
Well,
Yeah, it's been a while.
guys, this is your opportunity.
to give out Slammies.
The first annual Slammy Awards.
Okay, we could do that.
Well, or let's mix up the name so we don't get sued.
That's true.
Like Eric tries to get us sued every single episode lately. Holy shit!
Hey, we found good music the other night, though. We found good music. Frank, what are we talking about?
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Well, I was going to point to this big thing on the screen that says WrestleMania 13. That's what we're talking about. So, see,
down.
I already got a drink of beer already.
That way.
Well,
there you go, Bert. See, it's perfect for you, Bert.
And I know here comes Steve. One of Steve's favorite parts of the review. They cut to HBK on the computer, like acting stupid on the computer, like he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, like Eric.
I loved it. It.
But I'm not acting.
He can do that, but he didn't want to put over Brett. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna put over Brett.
Of course not. Why
I
would you
lost
do
my
that?
smile.
Speaking of Brett,
Cheater. Overtime rules.
oh, here we go.
Here we go.
The next match. Owen and the Bulldog taking on Vader and Mankind for the tag titles. And you knew something was brewing when JR would stop you in the middle of your entrance to ask you a question about your team. It's like, dude, you got to have a little
What?
surprise. You're like, wow, who's the captain? Who's the captain of this team? Which one of you is the boss?
Who's the captain? Who's the captain of the team here?
It's like, what are you doing? I don't think anyone's ever been interrupted.
That's the
during
only
their
time
entrance.
I've seen that. Never.
But you got to get that storyline across.
Of
And then
course.
and their slogan was, I got 2 Slammies, he got 2 belts. That was the whole big slogan they had going down.
That was literally this. We talk about how important the Slammies were. That's literally Owen Hart's whole gimmick at that point. It's like, I'm the 2-time Slammy winner.
Stepping in front of, walking down the aisle and just step in front of the camera with them both.
Oh yeah,
which was great. Which
It was
fantastic.
awesome. It was awesome.
Here we go.
It was awesome the first couple of times, Eric.
What does that mean?
I know you love Owen, and I'm just messing with you.
I love Owen.
I know.
We're also using the PCS, the Pop Culture Slammies. We can't use Slammy though. Can't use Slammy. We got to call it something else.
It's got to be the Farachis, the
Farachis,
the Stevies,
the Stevies.
No, we got to put Just Too Sweet, the Sweeties, or something like that. We got to put that in there somewhere. The name of the show.
Mm-hmm. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure
It's
it
gonna be
out.
epic. It's gonna be epic.
After nothing, boss, you should give out awards to all of us.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes. I'm just saying.
The award for best impersonation of Casper the Friendly Ghost, Dave.
There you go. See, he wins. Well, he won't like it when Tough Enough starts. He'll be very upset. But I don't care. This match wasn't a bad match. It was a pretty decent match for considering Bulldog was a big. He was looking a mess at this time. This is the beginning of his.
He's.
You got to slow down, dude. You gotta stop taking that shit because he was getting a little out there.
Well, he was. I mean, he shrunk because he wasn't on the gas, and then he started taking more of the other pills, and
his waist got smaller and his legs got bigger, and then his shoulders got bigger, then his pecs got bigger, but his waist just kept shrinking. It looked completely ridiculous.
Yeah, and then his arms didn't get much bigger either. Like they were the biggest. They're biggest when he was with the Warlord fighting him. But
was that 7?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But again, why this is leading into, like I said, the nexus of the WWE back then. These two fighting was always about to lead to the forming of the Hart Foundation, which also was a pretty cool faction back in the day because you really wanted to hate them, except for maybe Eric. Think about Eric, just Eric.
Just me.
I think it was just you. We know Farachi does not like Bret Hart, so
yeah.
No, I mean,
it's the worst. The worst there is.
No,
the worst there was. The worst that there ever will be.
Yeah, I mean, who do you like better, Bret or HBK?
Who do I like better?
Yeah,
Bret Hart.
Yeah, see, so there you go. That's what I'm saying. So maybe you did like them back in the day.
I might.
Bert, HBK or Bret Hart?
I might.
Oh, Shawn Michaels.
There you go. Okay.
So we have the Hearts over here and the HBKs over there.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you guys over there, stop smiling.
I like Bret too, but Shawn Michaels.
Stop smiling over there, Tim and Bert.
Stop smiling over there.
I lost it.
Lose your smiles.
I lost my smile.
Lost my smile, but I got it back. It's all right. He got it back by now.
Yeah.
Sitting at ringside. The next match, I couldn't figure out why the match was cheered so well. Then I remembered it was in Chicago because it was the Legion of Doom.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Chicago Street Fight.
Yep, Animal and Hawk with Ahmed Johnson, who seems to be the only black guy not allowed in the nation because every other black guy on the roster was in the nation.
Well, he was. Remember, he had a cup of coffee in the nation. Yeah,
he tried. Yeah,
he tried.
Yep. He just wasn't. He wasn't. Angry or whatever enough.
When Crush is in there and Ahmed Johnson's not allowed, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Farouk Crush, Savio Vega, Clarence Mason, D'Lo Brown, JC Ice, and Wolfie D. Again, $1 million. Couldn't give you all those names. Not
I remember. I remember it. I didn't give up on the WWF back then. I thought it was fun to watch.
Well, this was the one that got me back. This was the first pay-per-view I watched live in 3 or 4 years. This was the one that sucked me back in. So this is why I think this is probably one of the best ones.
I just looked up Wolfie D. I have no idea who that is. Zero.
USWA guys.
But I can tell that I shouldn't really care who he is.
No. I mean, I don't know. Kelly Wolf is a good wrestler. He did some cool stuff in TNA.
He's bald and he has a beard. That's where his coolness ends.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. Okay. And finally, the main event, which has a lot more. Well, not the main event. You know what I'm talking about. We still have the.
That basically is the main event.
I skipped Brett and Stone Cold for a minute to make that kind of at the end, but we'll do that one now.
Oh, we're doing the real main event.
The main event.
We're doing the two main events really. The first one, of course, Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in the famous Iron Man submission, whatever you want to call it, with Ken Shamrock as special referee. This is super significant because Bret Hart has that camera crew. You think about it. He has that crew following him around. This is where they flip him to become heel.
Yep.
He really hates like what's going on in the WWE right now. He hates what's going on. He doesn't like the fact that Stone Cold's a hero. Not that he hates Austin. He likes Austin, but doesn't like the fact that his character is a hero. He doesn't like the fact that Shawn's back when he found his smile. He's very upset about that. I think Bret stole his smile and hid it somewhere, and then fucking Shawn found it.
He put it up in Saskatoon.
He did. He put it under the fucking porch with the goddamn bear. He gave it to the bear, and the bear held on to that smile for a while. But anyway, you guys go ahead, go right off the bat. Bert, start with you. How significant was this match? How great was this match? Give us your opinion on it. This one we have to talk about.
This is probably easily one of the greatest matches of all time. If you could take a handful of matches to give to someone to say what's the whole thing? What's professional wrestling? You would show them this match. This match, it literally tells one of the best stories. It's instantly rewatchable. I've seen it well over 100 times. I was already watching it before we started the show. Bret Hart, what's so great about it is that the story, everything feels natural. Bret, up to that point, has kept on getting screwed over. Like, legit. His gripes are warranted in kayfabe, right? He lost the cage match. He snapped on Vince and went off on him like, this is bullshit. Like that whole thing, and Austin at the same time, they had already wrestled at this point, but Austin's basically trying to come out and make a name for himself. And he's going after the top guy. And Bret, at this point, this starts probably the best run of his career. From his year in '97 was probably one of the best years, even though it ended horribly with him getting screwed. Yeah. But still, rough ending. As rough ending, but as a heel, I mean, amazing. And this match, like I said, you get the right amount. It's not. They start in the crowd, they come back in the ring. You have this. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's the Austin. I don't know where it came from, but he did like a commentary on some of his matches, and he talked about how Vince initially didn't want any blood in the match because it was PG at the time, and he told him when him and Bret were talking about the match, this Austin's like, oh, we gotta get some juice in there, brother, and he's like, and Bret's like, hey, if you trust me, like I'll do it to where Vince won't even know, and literally in that spot where he pushes him to the announce table, where he hits him a couple times, is where he kind of bladed him. But I mean, it worked great. I mean, that's literally, I think it was Pat Patterson that booked that match, that put that whole sequence together with them. And, it works. I mean, it's perfect. Even though Bret wins, technically Bret Hart is 2-0 against Stone Cold Steve Austin in his career. But the first time it was a little bit of a fluke. This time you don't even remember that Bret Hart won. Because literally Stone Cold, like the way that they booked that beautifully, the fact that he passed out, that he didn't quit, he didn't bullshit, he passed out from the pain. That was the only reason that Bret won that match. And you want to talk about double turn, this is the example of what a double turn is. Bret Hart, even though he was cheered coming in, Vince, it's a mixed reaction.
He wasn't though. He wasn't.
No, it was a
mixed reaction.
Mixed reaction. But like I said, at the end of this, Bret is full on like, he went to attack him at the end. Like that's full on heel. And Austin, stunning the referee and walking out on his own power. That's the ultimate type of sympathy. The fact that this guy was able to go for this punishment and to go toe to toe with Bret Hart, almost died, fighting this guy, and to able to walk out on his own feet, says a lot, that he's literally the toughest guy, and that's what he became.
Boss, I know you're happy. I know you're happy about this match.
I mean, it was so good. The build up, the match, and then everything on the other side of it. Just like Bert was saying, if Austin doesn't come out of there as a badass, having not, screw you, I ain't giving up. How many, the famous line of Ken Shamrock, do you give up? He's all up in his face, screaming it. All right, you're not giving up. You're out. Okay, ding, ding, ding. Bret Hart wins.
If you do not respond, I'm stopping the fight.
And then Bret Hart attacking, like you said afterwards. Ken Shamrock getting him off of him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. He picked him up and pushed him to this side. Just the fact that you can there's some build up to it, but here we go. Dave is talking.
What?
Dave?
The fact that they were able to pull off the double switch so effectively is just amazing. Even to this day, you think back and you're like, holy shit, they pulled it off. WCW, that was the night that they were like, oh fuck, what do we do?
It definitely was.
Whatever else, double turn between Bret Hart and Austin, that was great, and the match was totally awesome. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Attitude Era, the blood, boom, the bleeding out, the Stone Cold pushing up, the blood going through his teeth, all of that just it just took off from there, and then just like the rest is history, as they say. But then for Bret, even after that, to be able to be a heel in one country and loved everywhere else.
Yeah.
One country. Has that ever been done before?
No,
I don't think so.
That's just one country.
So.
I hate you.
That is
not even in hockey standards it hasn't.
So,
Eric.
Yeah.
Eric, before you tell us about the match, let me ask you one other question. Now that we know years later that Wrestling with Shadows was being filmed at this time, and we actually get to see them talk about the double turn and how Bret was upset because he lost he's going to lose the face. He lost his being a face stuff to turn heel. And then a few months later, he loses that heel heat to HBK, which becomes, like I said, the catalyst for him getting, screwed. How important is that now, looking back? Also about the match, and what do you think about like how crazy that is that
the
we
dominoes are amazing.
Have that footage? Yeah, exactly.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Listen, it unfolded just as it should have, because I think the WWF was. I don't think their back were against the wall. I don't think they were on the verge of closing up or anything like that. But they were definitely. The money, Turner lured everybody over with the money. The NWO happened, and it was like, fuck, what are we going to do? It wasn't like, oh, fuck, we're fucked. It was like, what are we going to do? And they got Austin, and then they got Bret, and they're like, oh, wait a minute now. I know Bret was for it. Bret was definitely for it because he wanted to work a program with Austin. He wanted to, and he saw how it was going, and he saw how the Americans were reacting to him, and he's like, wow, this could work. And to be the Canadian hero, and then all of a sudden, Shawn Michaels, the bad guy, wrestling Bret Hart, the bad guy, good guy, and then Shawn Michaels, the good guy, bad guy. It's like, wait a minute, where's the line? I mean, Shawn's chopping his crotch, Bret's disrespecting America, Steve Austin's flipping everybody off, and it's like, wait a minute, we got to switch the channel. And like fucking Eric Bischoff's weave and. How many more times can we watch Hogan come out and play the air guitar on the belt? And
come on, watch it.
Wow,
I'll watch that 100 times, Bert.
It wasn't bad. I didn't dislike it, but
no, it's more like how many times can we watch Juventud Guerrero versus Psychosis in the opening match?
Exactly. or Chris Jericho versus Dean Malenko, and how great Dean Malenko is, and this, that, and the other. Okay. Speaking on wrestling, wait a minute. Tangent. So, I know how I say everybody sucks and they weren't a good worker. Okay, I think Malenko was a decent worker. I don't think he was one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time because I know about 1,004 moves. I don't know how to do them all, but I know them.
Armbar.
Leg lock. Wrist lock.
Saskatoon something. Spinning heel kick.
Canadian maple leaf.
Armbar.
But no, like Tim said, it was getting like it peaked. I mean, it went to Everest, and then it fucking fell to Death Valley like quick, because it's like, Tony, like Bert always says, Tony Schiavone, like the greatest night in sports. You know what I mean? And everybody's like, really? No
Greatest
shit.
night in history of a sport.
And then you come out and you see Goldberg fight, John Tenta. And it's like, okay, so we already know how this is going to go. And then Chris Jericho comes out and he fights Dean Malenko. It's like, okay, we already know how this is going to go. Then Juventud Guerrera fights Psychosis. So, okay, this is how this is going to go. And then Rey Mysterio comes out and fights Conan. It's like, oh, wow, nobody's ever seen this before, So, then Kevin Nash comes out and Scott Hall. That was about the best part of the show.
30-minute NWO.
Always.
30-minute NWO.
The best part of Nitro was Alex Gargano. That was the best part.
Bar none. Bar none. And the Nitro girls.
WCW. I only watched NWO segments. I would watch the open if that wasn't NWO, which is rare, every week for 17 years. NWO opened the show.
WCW.
And then I would switch back to Raw, and I would during commercial I would switch back over. If there wasn't NWO, I'd put it back over.
Yep.
I was an NWO only.
Don't make me put on Alex Wright's music on. Don't make me put Alex Wright's music on.
Oh, come on. Do it. No. To answer your question, Tim, that was the top when the tide turned, and that was when it broke through, and it happened organically. I want to say it wasn't like forced, because it just kind of like Brett and Austin are smart enough to know how to feel a match out and feel like, because a good worker in the middle of a match can see how the crowd's reacting. It's like, wait a minute, you're getting booed and I'm getting cheered, so why don't you hit me in the nuts and we'll take it over and then you go with it, and then you take it as far as you can do it. And I'm sorry, all I see is I see a picture and a Facebook symbol, and I can't make it. Is that Swahili? Well, who's okay? Terzio. Okay, now that's working again. I thought something was wrong with our teletype thing,
teleprompter.
Teleprompter.
But
anyway,
like I said, how great was it? Like you said, now that we have Wrestling with Shadows, that we see Brett didn't want to turn heel, but then he's like, wait a minute, I don't like what's going on. And it was going. I don't like the fact that Austin's getting cheered. I don't like the fact that HBK's in Playboy, he's getting cheered, and so it was such a great. Like I said, this WrestleMania had so much.
It happened
much to look
organically.
back on now. Yeah, it's so. That's why it's so great.
Because it had, and you had like, and let's even go further. Let's go with The Rock. The Rock didn't get over. So they're like, well, fuck, what are we going to do with this guy? Well, you need knee surgery. Why don't you take some time off and come back and we'll put you here. Boom. That happened organically. Mm-hmm. The Hart Foundation. So Davey Boy and Owen were stagnant. And like you guys were saying, like, this guy has a couple slammies. Okay, for like 3 times that was cool. But then it's like, all right, we get it, Owen. You were slamming. They're wasting his talent, but they're letting him carry like Little League trophies around. Great. So, but then all of a sudden the Hart Foundation comes together. Boom. That happened organically.
Owen, I love you.
Undertaker my brother. became like his legend started growing after this.
Yeah.
And it's like he was becoming like this not just this wrestling icon, this cultural icon. Like he was like, and he's like the Iron Maiden of wrestling. He didn't have to have like promotion and music video and all this stuff. He was just like his name sold himself. He was the Undertaker. So
I like that. I like that reference.
Yes,
that's impressive.
Thank you. It just happened. So
that's one of your greatest pulls.
You just want a sweetie for best reference or whatever we're gonna call
it. Oh man, the Sweetie Award. So yeah, so everything, it was so good, and it was good to have a good product back. So
the whole gang's here together. The whole gang's back together tonight. Wow. The band. Well, not really.
It's kind of like he's in witness protection, and he's like, "This isn't Dave."
But of course, you do see his picture though. Bunker's picture.
Yeah.
There's nobody there.
I was going to say. I thought that was Dan Skip Allen or something. I don't know.
But again, all right. Now we get to the main event, and the main event again still has a lot of Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels going on.
Yep.
Shawn's at ringside. Undertaker and Psycho Sid are in the ring. They get ready to have the match. Who comes walking down the ring? Bret Hart. And one of the funniest things I actually wrote, I had to write it down because I was laughing so hard at HBK this one. But Bret comes out, being Bret, tells Michaels, "Don't get involved in this match. I'm tired of you screwing me. I'm tired of you." He calls him whatever the hell name he calls him. And also, I mean, HP comes back with Bret. He says, "Oh, look, Bret being resentful and jealous not being in the main event." So I sat there, I started cracking up. I was like, "Oh, here we go." And then when Psycho, they finally hit him, they throw him out of the ring. Other HBK was, he goes, "See, now you're getting beat up because of your big mouth." I love it. And he says, doesn't he ever get tired of getting beat up? Does he ever get tired of it? So right there, those are Shawn's best lines as far as being at ringside.
Shawn's underrated commentator.
Yeah, he is.
Very funny.
Well, they needed to get involved because Sid's not a good worker.
No.
Uh,
Sid
right.
Sid is awesome to watch. Like in his era, he was
best
awesome
power bomb in the business.
Well, from '89 to like '95, it was fun because that's the enhancement talent era. That's the overblown era. But like as far as like I mean, if you're gonna wrestle Bret, how's Sid gonna wrestle a guy like Bret Hart or whoever? It's like
okay. And again, though,
well, what do you mean?
Well, in reality, like they couldn't book that match like in '89, '90. It would have been a total. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have been. They wanted to keep monsters with monsters. Wrestlers with wrestlers.
Yeah.
Bret had no right to have a shot in that match in '89.
Yeah.
90.
With who?
With Sid. I mean, because the monster versus little guy type thing. And the little guys were always better. Well, the Undertaker
were better.
He had better matches with the little guys anyway.
He did totally, and that's when Vince finally realized he's like, shit, I don't have to keep this separate. I can combine the two. You know what I mean? Because
Raul's saying it's underrated. What do we think about that? Is it underrated, overrated?
Yeah,
I think it's way underrated. I think it's way underrated.
And again, one more time, what is the significance of this match? Undertaker's first world championship. Am I right? That's his first world championship. Second? Oh, it was his second.
Maybe Hogan.
Are you forgetting the Tuesday in Texas?
Oh,
do I have to bring Texas up again?
It's a thumbs up on the chair. Chair.
He had it for 3 days. Does that really count?
Hey, it's so
Freaking Flair.
All right. His first real title run began at WrestleMania 13, I should say. That's why I thought the significance was as far as we. Yeah. But you're right. I forgot about Tuesday in Texas.
And wasn't this was also kind of the beginning and the end of Sid and
Sid never came back. He never came back.
Ever after this?
Only to fight Heath Slater.
He after this he went to, I think he did. Yeah, I think he took some time off. Then he went to ECW, and then he went to WCW. Then he went to WCW.
That was fun when he was in ECW. Did you say guys ever see that?
And then he broke. Then he broke.
He was with what's his name? The judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. He would literally just powerbomb the shit out of people for like 2 minutes.
He just mowed through everybody.
One of the worst leg injuries I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, that's
his last. His last TV appearance was King of the Ring that year, with WWF.
So that would be right after this one because it was
June of '97. Yeah.
Yeah, because it says in actuality, Sid left quietly to focus on recovering from neck injury. And then Sid eventually returned to rival promotion WCW in '99. Suffered a career-ending leg injury, a near career-ending injury, close to WCW's closure in 2001. They got to put that part in there. WCW's closure.
That thing was nasty.
That was so awful.
So, all right, we're talking about this as being the Nexus as one of the best. Where would this rank amongst WrestleMania? What are we up to? 37 this year? What's this year? 7, 6, 37, 5,
38,
12, 25,
22,
72.
8,
it should be 38.
89. I'm
no, because 2012 was 28, and it's 10 years later, it should be 30.
It's 38.
Okay,
April 38.
2022.
Right. So, I mean, as far as right now, where does this one rank, you think? Now, forget about even that. Like, all the stuff that we talked about on the side. Triple H is being born here. Bret Hart.
Oh, there's another one. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah.
Yeah, like all this stuff is all happening at this WrestleMania. This is November 5th, 1955 in the Back to the Future world. It is the nexus of all things that happen in that. This is the Battle of Yavin from Star Wars. Everything revolves either before or after that. This is that thing. So as far as I said, where do you think this ranks? We'll go, let's go round table. Bert.
Tergio said top 20 of all time. That's very vague.
20. That's very vague.
I think it's
Tergio.
I think it's definitely top 10, but I think it's more like bottom 10. Second half. I mean, definitely, Brett and Austin's D match on the card, the best match. Other than that, you have maybe 3 more good matches. Other than that, I mean, it's not a great event. Like I said, the crowd was hot all night. But like I said, I think it's definitely for the importance and its legacy. I think it's definitely top 10, but more on the second half.
Austin, the glass break entrance. See another one.
Yeah.
The greatest entrance of all time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I said another one of those first things that happened at this goddamn pay-per-view. Boss, where are you ranking this one?
It's in the top 10 because of the importance of it all, like what you just mentioned. 17 for me is always going to be the best WrestleMania. But as far as importance is concerned, like what you just mentioned, all the things that built up to the massive craziness that went on in WWE. 17. Raul's agreeing. Top 10. Okay, yeah. Just the whole setup to the next X amount of years. Triple H and the Bret Hart event, kind of starting to move his way out of there. Shawn Michaels going, elevating, and Triple H and The Rock, Rocky Maivia, wasn't going to go on for too much longer. So I think it's like what you said. It's the nexus. It's gonna be part of wrestling history when all said and done. That this was one of the most important WrestleMania. I'm gonna steal from Bert what he says constantly, but it is one of the most important manias. It is.
Just look at the gap from this one to WrestleMania 14, and how much of a big jump that is.
Yeah,
that doesn't
rewind like what you were saying, Timmy. What last week on 12, Stone Cold was coming out with DiBiase. Yeah. It was a non-title $1 million belt matchup. We didn't even realize that he was being called Stone Cold at the time.
You thought he was still the
ringmaster. Yeah,
no, he still thought he was the ringmaster at that time. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like you said, this one also was not in a big arena. Like you think about it, because like I said, they were having one. It really was a small place, the Rosemont Horizon. 18,000 people. That's not a. You think WrestleMania? You don't think 18,000. You think 300,000.
Anaheim Pond, MSG, the Boston Garden. That's where you.
Yeah.
So Eric, you got to rank it. Where you ranking this one?
Ooh, this is pretty high. Like, I mean, it's got to be. Honestly, I mean, if you're going to be real about it, it's got to be in the top 5. It really has to
be real about it.
Let me not be fake about it. It's going to be. It's in the top 5. It's definitely in the top 5. I'm not going to give you the top 4, I think, but like, obviously they're probably right along the lines you guys think. 17 is very, very much so an important one. I think 17 is right there too, but you have to put this as high as, if our individual lists are unbiased, you have to be biased a little and put this as high as you can, because this is, like you said, there's so many things changing here. You got DX is up in the clouds, starting to rain down a little bit. You know what I mean? You have the like I said, the foundation. You have the era of Austin. You have Rocky Maivia. You have, even Mankind. Like, he's going to start coming out of his own and being Mick Foley and Cactus Jack and fucking Dude Love and fucking Artemis Pyle and all these other guys that he fucking did. He's
a bad worker.
Ray Gordy. I don't know. Is that even real? So yeah, it's important. I think it's in the top 5. Myself, I rank it 5. I'll just rank it right now 5 of the top 5 because it has to be.
I agree. And I also say, like you said, the dramatic difference from 12 to 13 and from 13 to 14
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
Nuts.
If you
Oh,
really
yeah.
watch them, all three of them in a row, you're like, wow. It's like, holy shit.
What happened?
Yeah, it's like, what the hell happened here?
What happened?
Or even just take still shots of the wrestlers
Yeah.
from 12 and 13 and 14 and just see the growth in them. The Rock is going to look like a complete opposite. But
Yeah.
it's just it's sometimes you can't wrap your head around it. The change that happened, just like this, and WCW started shaking in their boots, and then
Oh, I say we do 14 next week, fellas. If you guys want to come, I think we should do 14. Then we can really finish the trilogy of the holy shit trilogy, if you call it.
Yeah.
Like how different the business changed between these three WrestleMania.
Yeah. It's almost like the Carl Sagan of wrestling trilogy. Like it's the most it's like that golden disc that got thrown out into space on the Voyager.
Don't go Larry Zbyszko on us, Eric. It's
Larry
like
Zbyszko.
the time I was at the place when I had the thing and the guy. What? The fuck you talking
Wait a
about,
minute.
Larry?
It's like Larry's like, well, you got Chris Jericho. I'm gonna stretch you. It's like, come on, Zbyszko. You use Rogaine. You're not stretching anybody. You know what I mean? Come on.
I am going to. Just the fact that he called him the tax man, I might have to ban
The tax
Terzio.
man.
I might have to
Terzio,
ban Terzio just because he
Terzio.
called him the tax man.
Terzio, the Bergen Hunt and Fish Club, it doesn't exist anymore. Just stop with the tax man and Mike Rotunda shit. It's just,
we got a little
come on.
Norman Smiley.
Is it the Norman Smiley?
Is it the?
Norman Smiley. Is it really you? There's the wiggle.
He just writes LOL, Frank. LOL. But what's his name, Frank? We're not gonna go until you tell us what his name was. He
What's
wasn't
his
the
name?
tax man.
We got to hear it.
Gotta hear
Terzio,
it.
don't disappoint me.
Don't call him like H&R Block or something like that either.
Not TurboTax.
Those are hints, Terzio.
You're on the right path. You're just way
You're
off.
on the right path. You're gonna
still
pay.
way off.
Huh?
Oh, you're gonna pay. He even said it.
Look
Look at that.
very
All
well done.
the hints are coming.
Well done.
He's gonna call stimulus rotunda.
That's it. Stimulus package. That's his new. That's his new gimmick. Stimulus package.
Not the total package.
Not the complete
Stimulus
package.
package.
The stimulus package.
Eric, you're such a shyster.
All right. You know what, gentlemen? That was a good show. That was a good wrap up. But good to have Bert back with us. Maybe you come back next week, 2 weeks in a row. What do you think, Bert? You gonna make it 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah. Next week. Maybe. I know. I mean, I have a big review next week. We're working on.
What the fuck, Terzio? He was.
What's the matter for you? Yeah.
It's the 50th anniversary of Godfather.
Oh yeah, I want to go to that too. Actually, Michael was not the IRS. What?
Terzio.
What?
There is no more Gambino
What?
family.
What?
Okay, you can speak freely now.
Oh, and speaking of what
Is that true? He said that 3 times now.
Yes,
Terzio.
there is a rumor.
Oh my
That
God!
all-
I will go ape shit if
They want
that
Austin.
happens
Boss,
every year.
You didn't hear that, boss?
They want Austin to fight Kevin Owens at WrestleMania because
Yeah.
Kevin Owens
Battle
is
of the.
stunner. Kevin Owens is a stunner now.
I don't care what happens if Kevin Owens beats Stone Cold. I riot.
Look, last time Stone Cold came
I don't
to the
care.
ring
This is
to do
new kid
anything,
time.
he hurt himself. So no, let him stay
Was
retired.
that when they beat up the New Day? Was that when they beat up the New Day?
I think so. That was
Yeah.
Oh, when he was
2016.
dancing.
And he hurt himself.
How did he hurt himself? What did he do?
His quad or his
Did
elbow?
he?
He hurt something. I mean, nothing
he popped up
major.
pretty good.
Nothing major, but
He's
did hurt
pushing
himself.
60 now, so 57 years old. Be careful out there, Austin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's a spry 57.
I wonder if Terzio ever saw my my tribute to you guys for the 50th episode.
No, I wasn't around then.
No,
I don't think
Terzio
he
was
did.
around.
Speaking
That's
of Stone
20
Cold,
episodes
you guys,
ago.
Yeah,
did you guys?
guys, congratulations! That's 20 episodes ago.
We're 70. We're at 70 now.
70. Wow.
did you guys see the Lesnar interview on the
Yes.
McAfee show?
Yes,
Hilarious.
He's a lunatic.
When was he on?
Bro,
Yeah, today?
it was yesterday.
Okay.
I posted it in the group page. Like this, I don't know. We haven't had a chance to talk about it, but I'm loving this version of Lesnar that we have now. It's country Lesnar with the cowboy hat, just not giving a shit, just being him. Like, it's hilarious. In that interview, like, that's the most anyone has ever seen about Lesnar ever.
Personality.
You know,
personality, yeah.
Yeah, like Lesnar literally, it's like super, like from before, keeps everything to himself, doesn't like to people know about his private life. But this interview, like, it was just like hilarious. Like, he was funny, he was cracking jokes, he was, talking about Dana White and Vince. He was also making remarks on the product today and talking about some of the guys. But I thought it was great.
It was good.
And his awesome impression of Stone Cold Steve Austin that he does.
Yeah, he did.
That they went on. They went on for like 20 minutes about it.
Oh, I gotta watch it.
Steve, you'll love it. You literally
I'm
watch
digging
it right now.
McAfee.
It's really good. Yeah,
you're making it too easy, Terzio.
Yeah.
It's not produce a Joe. It's producer Joe.
Producer Joe.
Producer is one word.
Only produces.
Does he know? Does he know that the Dutch don't own New York anymore? Like, is that? Does he even? Terzio, it's not New Amsterdam.
That New Amsterdam.
No, we got to.
Oh, you guys got me excited with the Stone Cold at WrestleMania thing. Very excited now. I'm very pumped up.
Listen, if this is really Norman Smiley, like, because you guys know I like Norman Smiley. He's great.
I feel like Norman Smiley would have a picture.
If it was him, do you think we would? Or do you think he's kind of trying to? Because he would call us nonsense. He's English. He's like proper British.
Maybe he's on
I think that's something they say, right? I don't know.
Well, all right. Well, Norman, prove it. This time.
Prove it you, Norman. Come back, and we'll send you a link.
Get here.
Virus free.
Lay down. I'm doing the Hogan. I'm drawing a line in the sand in the mat.
That's it. Wow. Boss just drew the line. Look at this. Look at the boss.
Bring it on, Norman. I think I could take him. I don't know about you, but I think I could take him.
I know you could, boss.
How old is he now?
I'm putting 5 points on you.
All right.
Yeah, I could take him. How old is he now?
I can take him. He's how old again? What? 70? All right, good.
65. Oh, but he's young. Ish. I don't want to say young.
How the hell, Terzio? How the hell do you know Norman Smiley's real name, but you don't know what the IRS? What else didn't he know?
And you say produce a Joe, but you know Norman
produce
Smiley's
a Joe,
name.
but you know Norman Smiley's real name.
Producer Joe.
I don't know if I could take him. He's 50. He's only 56.
Norman's pretty tough.
He's pretty tough though.
Wow.
All right.
I don't want to fight I don't want to fight an 18-year-old now. I'm afraid that I'll get hurt.
No. I don't like fighting myself. That's it.
No.
I don't do nothing.
No.
I fight
tough putting a shirt on anymore.
I fight this couch just to get up every day. I'm not going to fight anybody else. Joking.
No.
Me and this couch are mortal enemies when I try to stand.
Oh, God.
I get it. All right, gentlemen. We had a great show. We had a great time talking about the Nexus. That's what I call it. Next week, WrestleMania 14. We'll finish the trilogy of holy shit, what a difference 3 years can make in the wrestling world. So, you guys got any final words before we go? Maybe something bad to say about Dave? Anybody? Nothing bad to say about Dave?
Nah.
Is Dave still watching? I don't think Dave knows about Tough Enough yet.
I'm not going to say anything bad about Dave. I'm just going to say, Dave, whatever.
We miss you.
We do miss you, and you're like, don't online date anymore. Like, especially older women. Like, I don't know what you're doing or whatever. It's like, just get out of the clutches of the Madam Chicken Hawk, whatever her name is, that kidnapped you.
Frank,
but no, seriously, Dave.
Qualified from Tough Enough, by the way, Frank. You won't
you're no good, Frank. You
won't
can't do it. No,
you already been disqualified, Terzio. I'm sorry.
Producer Joe. If you produce a Joe, we'll let you back in.
Look at that RC Cola, baby.
Oh.
By the way, the finest, greatest cola there is on planet Earth is RC Cola.
I haven't had RC Cola in I don't even know how long. I don't even.
Probably since you were at Shea Stadium, dude. Probably, right?
At least.
Because that used to be the cola there.
Yeah.
And that's my fondest memory of having an RC. I'm like, I got one. I remember it. I
don't even think I've seen RC in Florida.
No. I don't know. It's out of Texas, so probably.
What's
that like the 18th Texas reference I've done today? Like,
it's a big. It's a moment.
RC's a big.
Austin's coming back.
It's a big state.
What?
Speaks of
Austin's
state.
coming back. I don't like Texas either, but Austin's coming back.
Texas is kind of dumb, but
Maybe.
Austin's from Texas. It's cool.
Austin's
Maybe.
coming back. You heard it here today.
Maybe.
Per Terzio, he said he's coming back. It's happening.
What's CC Cola? The guitarist from Poison.
That's mine, Jim.
CC.
CC, what the heck? No,
Yeah,
that's RC, right?
Oh, he can't. Okay, is the R
That's
next to the C?
Frank
No,
drinks.
X is.
Frank
Sergio, what are
drinks.
you doing?
He drinks the no frills white can soda. It just says soda on it.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
$3 a case.
Yeah.
Soda.
Soda.
You don't even know what color it is until you open it. It just says soda.
CNC Coca-Cola.
CNC
Cola.
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 Oh, okay. We're with you, Thursday. I mean, you know.
All right, we're starting to go up on a weird tangent here.
Yeah, this is more like the A to Z program.
Yeah, this is we're gonna say this
Oh.
A to Z. Oh,
By the way, contest coming up. Just got it right before the show started. We're gonna be giving away Fandango passes for 2 to go see. There's a little indie film that's coming out soon. It's called The Batman. So we'll be doing that. It's not a screen, an advanced screening, because I don't know. Look at this, but there's only been 3 advanced screenings, and it's New York, Los Angeles, and Hollywood. Those are the 3 advanced screenings. There's not been any down here, so I can't give them away. But Fandango, if you're planning to see it when it comes out, enter the contest. And then the other contest that we have going on right now is the Funko Pop Spike Lee director, all purple. So enter that contest. The Batman contest will be up next week.
I'm going to see
Sweet.
Batman. I already got early tickets for Batman for that Tuesday in the IMAX.
You did.
It's officially an AMC artisan film. That's crazy.
I don't know. Ed,
That's awesome.
Ed is just obsessed with it, so he's like, "You want to get tickets?" I'm like, "Yes, just get me 2." So we're seeing Batman that Tuesday before it comes out.
Well, what's up? And real quick, guys, what's our rundown this week for the rest of the shows here on the network? Let's not avoid the plugging ourselves. Let's
Well, you switched with Granny's.
Yeah, Granny's is we did technically yes, technically no. Granny's has coming on a special night coming on Friday at 8:30. So it worked so well last time. We became the unofficial kings of late night last week. So Tim and I we're gonna go late night with Eric Zant again on Friday night, and
Nice.
it was, and you know what I noticed? There's not as much.
I don't know if Terzio can sit in on that. I don't know how late you guys gonna go, but
Terzio, Malox has caffeine in it, so use that instead of Pepto, and you'll be okay. Like,
you're just a wealth of knowledge, Eric.
Hey, we had late night music. I did the late night announcer gig.
Yes, you did.
It was a lot of fun.
It was so good.
Did they?
The microphone looked great. No whammies.
Had the
Fantastic.
microphone, yep.
1700.
I really thought that was duty free or like royalty free.
Duty
I didn't
free,
think
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
I didn't think that was gonna.
No. You know the one that got you?
What one?
The wrestling opening. The what's the name of it? The opening to the wrestling show.
The primetime wrestling.
Primetime wrestling. Thank you.
Primetime wrestling got it.
WWE.
Oh.
So I will tell you that some of the other copyright issues that your show has, I can go in and make adjustments or whatnot, and sometimes they'll mute out like the 6-second clip or something like that. But no. WWE shut that shit down.
Wow.
When their copyright claim came in, it was unable to be viewed by anybody in this world.
Wow. Shut them down.
The world.
Shut them down.
So when you go back, and if you go back and watch it, that I think it's like a 12 or 13 second, maybe a little bit longer. But that's probably going to be muted out now.
That's why you have to watch this live. We're better live.
Yeah, but they can't touch the
before they
live.
get
They're not quick enough.
No.
They can't. Can you picture Vince up at 10 o'clock on a Friday night going, mute this show? I want this show muted.
Oh no! If I pissed him off, he would watch me. That son of a bitch isn't gonna do it.
Yeah.
An alarm goes off. Someone's using my music somewhere. Shut it down.
There's no problem with today's product. Didn't he just say that a couple of days ago or yesterday? There's no issues with the product today, and I can't tell you if there is or not. But just based on you guys, there's an issue with the product.
Yeah, there's a big issue with the product. But you know what? Maybe this is the cycle, like we've always talked about. It's going to go up, going to go down, and let's hope it is.
It's cyclical.
Yeah, definitely. I do my microphone. Oh, here we go. I'm not even going to acknowledge you, Terzio. I'm not even going to acknowledge you.
Oh no, I have no idea what that means.
One, because it's a Met reference. Two, because I fucking hate Bartolo Colon, so I'm not even gonna mention you.
From his Indians days or from his Yankees days?
From any day.
Any day.
Not even Thursday.
Is there gonna be a season this year?
I don't want to talk about that right now, but
that's why I've been seeing on the
talk about that.
Now they want to
talk about that.
The owners are you're turning even more heel. You don't need to turn more heel than you already are. The owners now want to get rid of minor league players and not pay them at all, and it's
wow.
It's gonna get worse.
That was my name in high school. So shush.
It was wait, where am I?
It was me,
Timmy's
Kevin Nash.
before. It was Bartolo's.
So Kevin Nash was first. I was second, at least.
Because the Bartolo thing just happened with the Mets. He wasn't called Big Sexy before he went to the Mets, right?
No.
That's only a nickname the Mets could get you. Because,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was highly offended when he was called that. Highly offended. I almost sued. I almost tried to sue on the copyright. I even called Kevin Nash. I was like, Kevin, you got to shut this shit down, man. Shut it down now.
That's awesome.
We can't have that, Tim. We can't have that.
All right, are we doing on Sportsman, What are we doing that? Are we doing that tomorrow?
Doing tomorrow.
Episode? Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do a Super Bowl recap.
Our Super Bowl recap episode and get ready for the draft in a few months, which is depressing to say, especially with no baseball going on.
So since you guys are trying to get rid of Saquon?
At this point,
I hear.
I'm on board for whatever they want to do at this point. Anything that could get us 6 wins next year, I'm good to go.
Man, just 6 wins? You don't want 10? You don't want more?
6 is magical in Giants land. Are you kidding me?
Hey, the Bengals went from 4 to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Why not us?
That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Because we don't have the talent. There's talent
wishful thinking,
in this stuff.
All right, so that's all the shows. Everything else is pretty much going to be on hiatus for now. Jader and Kyle are MIA.
Well, we should have a review from Jader and Kyle for Uncharted by Friday.
Cool.
As Jader's actually seeing it right now.
Nice.
Is he?
This moment. He's in a seat
heard it was pretty good.
AMC Aventura.
That's Spider-Man and Mark Wahlberg.
Yep. Yep.
Mark
Crossover.
Mark Wahlberg. Worst actor probably out there today.
Wow. I'll take.
It's a hot
take.
He's terrible.
Terrible?
He's terrible.
Terrible.
He's not.
If he's not from Boston in a movie, he's horrific.
Wow. Boogie Nights? Terrible?
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah,
but
my God.
But that's what the role called for, because he had to be that shy, insecure little shit, and he nailed it.
The Pardon? Terrible?
That's Boston. Not terrible. If he's in Boston, he's good. If he's not in
How's
Boston,
your mother? It's time for fucking your father.
Yeah, exactly. Boston.
Ma, where's my Red Sox hat?
Thursday, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. And Raul, 4-quarter show has been kind of buried. Maybe.
Raul.
What if? This is the day of remakes and reboots. Why don't we reboot some bitch with 2 other hosts? If the 2 hosts don't want to conduct the show, we create our own show.
I'm in. I'll even produce it.
Because we need a movie show.
Look at you.
We need a movie show.
I might have some. Tim, I talked to you last week. Might have some fellas across the pond. I gotta go to England to find somebody to cover the NBA for us because people that used to have an NBA show don't do an NBA show anymore. Kyle, what?
We got to know what we feel about the Ben Simmons and James Harden trade.
You're a huge letdown.
Right, no reaction from an NBA show on the James Harden Ben Simmons trade. Both people. Oh, hi. Let me be James Harden. Be traded 17 times a year. What's his excuse going to be in Philadelphia? I don't want to be here. I don't want to go. Now they're saying there was a cold war between Durant and Harden. That's another show. Sorry, Keith.
Exactly.
The wrestling show.
It's a wrestling show. Shut them up. It's a wrestling show.
Shut up.
All right. We literally did 30 minutes of nonsense.
But it was
That's
fun.
perfect.
Nonsense.
But it was fun. Yes,
It
everybody.
was.
Watch all our shows. Watch all our nonsense because that's what we're good at. We are good at the nonsense.
Yep.
Make sure you follow us everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, your mother's ass. We are everywhere. Everywhere. Spotify, Anchor, iHeartRadio. We are everywhere. And we are good workers. Right, Eric?
Yes, we're all, right here are good workers, but
Yes.
the rest of Terzio, sorry, you're in a group with who did I say sucked? Everybody, yeah. So whatever. That's
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. And remember one thing: we're better than you,